What's up, Giants fans, Hub watchers, YouTube subscribers, Twitter and Instagram followers? It's your boy Noname, back at it with another Giants training camp practice update video. Albeit it is a late one, my bad on that. Busy. But let's get right into it. This practice took place on Friday. It's practice number 8. I'm pretty sure today on Saturday they have a closed practice. The players have a day off on Sunday. On Monday, it's another closed practice. Then it's public on Tuesday, Sunday, Monday, and then it's public after Monday's closed practice. All the other practices are public, but even then, it's technically, I wouldn't really call it training camp anymore. More so just practices for the preseason, because the NFL is back, guys. Preseason starts this upcoming week. The Giants have one of the first games Thursday night against the Jets. I'll definitely try and get a vid out on that, but the training camp is really coming to an end. Let's get into Friday's practice and see who was some standouts. Straight out the gate, Eli Manning. I hope I'm not sounding like a broken record when I say that everybody on the team is commenting on Eli's arm strength and accuracy. It seems from the coaches to the players to even the fans like myself and you guys, we all notice there's a difference in his arm, and it's a good difference. I said it before, he's throwing the ball with more zip. It's definitely coming out of his hand faster, getting to the receivers faster. It's definitely more accurate than it was last year. I see him hitting them in the chest, hitting them in stride more so than last year, you know what I'm saying? A lot more. I like that he's hitting them in stride. He's not really throwing a little bit of balls that go on the rye, which he was kind of doing last year and even more so in 2017. Everybody's noticing it. Today we got some quotes from Mike Shula, the offensive coordinator, who said it. And even though he says that Eli is more accurate, he does move in the pocket a little bit more. He is throwing well on the run, and he looks better this year than he did last year. Like, when you watch the interview, I got the kind of feeling that yes, Shula is happy about it, but it's not exactly like he's for it. We got to remember that Shula is one of the guys that's really impressed with Daniel Jones and that's really on board with Jones. He's one of the two, him and Sherman, that said Jones could start day one. They really believe in this guy. So if you have basically, your only competition, let's say you're supporting Jones, right? Your only competition for that position is Eli. They see him coming in better than ever, probably. They're going to be like, it's going to put our guy off a little bit. Maybe I'm just reading a little bit too into it. I definitely think he's happy that our quarterback is performing at a higher level than he was before. But I also have a strange feeling that he wants Jones to start early. They really believe in Jones as much as they believe in Eli. But enough of me reading into situations. Let's talk about what he did today. He really favored the tight ends today. Almost all of his red zone targets were to Rhett Ellison and Evan Ingram. And his best touchdown of the day was a strike to Rhett Ellison on a slant for the touchdown. He favored his tight ends, but he also spread the ball around a little bit more to almost all the receivers that you could think of on the roster right now. He hit Cody Latimer. He hit Benny Fowler, Golden Tate. And even though he had one overthrow on Latimer, almost every other pass seemed like it was just like a laser, a dot straight to the receivers. And in general, he seemed to have one of his best practices today, as he has had over the course of training camp. He is looking good, guys. He definitely does look better than last year, but I don't want to get anybody's hopes up because we've heard this story before. In fact, we heard it in last year's training camp not too long ago, where everybody was singing Eli's praises and whatnot. Everybody was saying he looks better than before, and it was true. In 2018, for the second half of the season, Eli looked better than he did in 2017. But it didn't really lead to anything. So I don't want to get anybody's hopes up by me reporting to y'all he looks better in training camp according to everybody, meaning it will translate into wins. We don't know what's going to happen. I just want to put that out there because, like I said, as a longtime Giants fan, I've heard this song before and I've seen the way it ends. Of course, I hope it has a different ending this time, but we'll never know until the season comes on. Next up, Evan Ingram, one of Manning's favorite targets today. He also had a big day today, racking up a lot of catches, looking like his old self pre-injury, pre-Houston game, and definitely like the last four games of the season. Him and Peppers were going at it again. I haven't spoken about this metaphorical battle in a while. I definitely touched upon it in OTAs, where it was iron sharpening iron. That's the term I use, between Jabril Peppers forcing Evan Ingram to be better and Evan Ingram forcing Jabril Peppers to be better. It's a great matchup between these two guys anytime they're in practice. They always try to beat each other, and they always bring out the best within each other. While Ingram did get, I think it was like 1 or 2 long passes, he mostly was a weapon in the screen and play action pass plays today, and Jabril Peppers was always there to what would have been tackle him for a short loss or for a short gain. Saquon, or I guess I could say Goatquan at this point, he had a relatively good day, had a very weird drop. I think this is the second time in training camp he had a drop pass from Eli, in which case it wasn't Eli's fault. The ball literally looked like it just went in and out of Saquon's hands. But other than that, he's been doing what Saquon does, man. Running through the hole, running through defenders. Seems like nobody could tackle him. I mean, like, obviously, we're in training camp right now where hard tackling isn't allowed. But I remember watching a live stream via Ron Effect once again, bro. Shouts out to Ron Effect. And one of the very first plays when they were doing 7-on-7 drills, Saquon, he literally went through the line and then just shot through it like a cannon. And he went all the way into the end zone for a touchdown, even though that wasn't the point of the play. They were quite far from what would be the metaphorical end zone and whatnot. I just like to see that he's still trying to get back into that mindset of, yo, anytime I take this ball in my hand, I have to run it into the end zone. Every single run he tries to make a success, he tries to get it down there. Even when there's nobody chasing him, he still runs it into the end zone. It's a great mentality to have. Moving over to the defensive side of the ball, in general, the defensive backfield had another good day. One of the main players that had such a great day was DeAndre Baker. He is probably, like last year, BJ Hill was our most NFL-ready rookie, according to James Betcher. I would dub DeAndre Baker the most NFL-ready rookie. Just from the way he played in college, to how physical he is, to how quiet he is on and off the field. You don't hear his name much on the field because there's not a lot of people making plays on him. Like, sure, he's not known for his interceptions, but what's even bigger is he's known for not giving up touchdowns. He's known for not giving up large gains on offense. He's known for not allowing people to burn him. That's just the type of cornerback he is, and he's shown steady improvement throughout the entirety of being a Giant so far. Today, he showed off that physical prowess, keeping up with receivers, playing real sticky coverage, had a couple of batted passes, almost had an interception. All in all, good day from him. Similarly, another dude that had a physical day, and also one of our more versatile rookies, Julian Love, who we've been stretching out at both safety and slot corner, had another good day today. One of his best plays was something nobody expected. Love, who is 5'11", was up against Alonzo Russell, who is 6'4", and there's also a good weight difference between them. Love is 5'11", 195. Alonzo Russell, 6'4", 218. Jones put the ball high up where not only Russell could reach it just by stretching out, but also jumping. And Love jumped above Russell, knocked the pass away. What he did was basically keep his eyes on the ball, keep his eye on Jones, and use his physical athleticism, you know what I'm saying, to basically trump over what would be the natural size and talent of Alonzo Russell, being real physical up against him, and made a good play. Other guys that made plays on defense, Michael Thomas, he had a couple pass breakups. Jabril Peppers, he almost had a sack had it not been for Wayne Gallman blocking him. And Jabril Peppers has been that's really been one of his main talents throughout training camps, picking up on the blitzes, during blitzes, trying to get into the backfield. He hasn't done it yet, but that's because of great play from the offensive line and sometimes tight ends and running backs. I think he's going to be trouble in the regular season. Don't be surprised if we get, 2 or 3 sacks out of Peppers this season, because he's really fast off the break and he's really physical and strong off the break. He could really get past some either offensive linemen or tight ends to get to that quarterback. And finally, one last small tidbit before I end off the video is Will Hernandez, our star, now sophomore left guard out of UTEP, who was probably our best offensive lineman last year. I don't know, maybe you could put Solar up there or Jamon Brown up there, but certainly Will Hernandez is in the conversation. Another guy I expect to have a breakout year for an offensive lineman coming up right here. I just expect great things from him. He has such a great natural talent, such a great fundamental and base for the game of an offensive lineman, and he's a mauler. He's a big mauler that loves to get up and physical with the defensive lineman. He showed improvements today in picking up on trick plays with the defense, and basically what the defensive linemen are trying to do, it's like the only thing I can compare it to is what the reporter compared it to here on Giants.com is they're basically trying to set a basketball type screen between a defensive tackle and defensive lineman to confuse the offensive lineman and try to get around them. And Will Hernandez has shown improvement in picking up on these type of trick plays and countering them. So I mean, he's improving well, and definitely has something to do with Nate Solder. We all know that him and Nate Solder, they talk a lot during practice, probably hang out after practice, and I definitely think it has something to do with Kevin Zeitler, one of the best guards in the league that's now on this offensive line. So that's what I got for y'all today. Once again, sorry for it being a bit late, but still got it out. Let me know what you all think, what you think about Eli. You think the song will end differently? What you think about Ingram improving? In general, our defensive backfield looks really good this year. I think we could be a sneaky good defense through our defensive backfield, and then with the offensive line improvement. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm out. Yeah.
Really think this feeling